Hi, this is Nick Marshy with KWJP 89.7 FM, your Miami County local radio station. We play a mix of country, 50, 60, 70 oldies hits, and Christian music, along with some great local artists. We're excited about MCTV with KWJP 89.7 FM, your Miami County local radio station. KWJP 89.7 FM on the web and TuneIn app, reflecting the sounds of communities in Miami County and 6 others. .7 FM, KWJP. You are listening to the Beatles as we play a little bit of oldies here, and I'd like to let you know that we have MCTV here in the studios. They are doing a live interview, and let's see, let me get your microphone on. There you go.
How are we doing, Nick?
We're doing good. Yeah, you want me to do it?
I was going to say, you turned me on now.
That's right.
Now, it's kind of backwards for you because you're used to interviewing people.
That's right.
Now you're being interviewed for MCTV, so this is going to be on MCTV probably tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's fast. Yeah. Depending on how many mistakes we make, right?
we're going to try to keep them down to a minimum.
To a minimum.
Exactly.
Editing film is a little different than audio.
Yeah. So, we got it down though. We got it down pat.
Oh, I know you do. You got it working already, don't you?
Yeah. So now this for the business showcase, the show that we have on MCTV, where we go around to businesses, go around to organizations, go around to corporations, whatever, and basically find out about that company. We want to find out about KWJP and 89.7, the Eagle.
That's right.
And so we're going to find out all about Nikolai, and why and who. Everything about why you started this company. How you got into radio. And that's really the first question is,
well, I'm 69. That's a long story. I could write a book.
We got to minimize. Remember, Nick.
All right, you got 5 minutes.
All right, so we had when did you get into radio?
I got into radio, and you're dating me now. So I got into radio back in 68.
Well, we can beat that out.
1960.
We can beat that out a little.
That's okay. That was not a bad word.
Where was that at? Where?
I actually got started in Armed Forces Radio when I was in Thailand. I took a correspondence course with Radio Broadcasting Institute, and you might be careful with it. That's quite a cup you got there. Looks like a. How'd you do that? That looks like a lens for a camera.
Exactly.
Telephoto lens, and actually a wide-angle lens.
That's for a video camera. So
cool.
But
getting back to the topic, I get on rabbit trails every once in a while.
There you go.
But anyway. I enrolled in this Radio Broadcasting Institute, and was a correspondence course. And when I went there to talk to them, I said, well, I'm getting transferred to Thailand for a year. And they said, well, since it's a remote area, they probably have a radio station there. See if you can't get on. So I was able to get on. After about 3 months on the base, I finally was able to get on, because what happened was they were working like 12 hours a day, and they needed some time off, so I was able to do that.
Was that similar to Robin Williams?
Well, I was Robin Williams. They had a lot better guys than me. But I worked at the network station in Thailand. I was stationed at Karat, so I was able to work with the best of the best in Armed Forces Radio in that area.
Okay.
And so we fed like 5 other stations around the country there.
Wow.
And so it was kind of neat, because all of our timing had to be perfect, because we had to hit news and everything like that, 2 other stations at the perfect time. Plus, we had a TV station there too.
Wow.
So I was part of that, and learned a little bit about television and stuff like that.
So now, and this was back in 68. 68.
69.
Okay, 68 comes over, we're past the time. Next point, where you at then?
Next point, then I'm back in Kansas City, and looking for a job in radio, because I got.
Now, were you originally from the Kansas City area?
No, I'm originally from Ohio.
Really? So how did you get to Kansas City from?
Uncle Sam transplanted me.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Nice work, Uncle Sam. We dig it. We dig him sometimes.
He said, "Hey, bud, I want you," and so I went down and got my physical, and 2 weeks later I was supposed to go in the Army, but I'd already joined the Air Force, so I beat him to the. I wanted an education. If I was going in the military, I didn't want to just walk around in rice paddies. I wanted something out of it, so I said I'm going in the Air Force. So,
there you go.
No, so it was a good decision.
Smart.
But anyway, I got out in '69 and started looking for a job in radio, and it's real tough. Kansas City market's one of the toughest markets to get a job in radio because these guys never leave. They stay forever.
Well, I mean,
it was back when Johnny Dolan and Phil Jay and Richard Ward Fatherly and all those guys you don't even know or even remember.
I was trying to prepare myself to go. Nick, him. But that's
well, it was back when the Roar. Well, you probably know Len Dawson because I worked with Len Dawson back in those days. But actually, I got my start over at KOFO.
Really?
In Ottawa.
No kidding.
I couldn't get a job in Kansas City. It was just too hard. So I went down.
So how long has KOFO been around?
A long time.
Wow.
They used to have an FM station.
Really?
Yep. I used to run that FM station and the AM both, and the AM was the one that had really most of the advertising and everything on it. So I worked the AM in the evening until they shut it off because it had to go off the air. I'm not sure. I think they can stay on the air now, but and then they had an FM that they just kind of ran, and they turned it off at the same time they turned the AM off. And sooner or later they sold it, and let's see, I can't remember what the dial position is now, 94 or something like that. Anyway, it's still around, but somebody else has it. So I worked there for several months, and then I got on at KUDL 1380, Boss 1380.
Really?
Yeah, it's back when WHB and 1380 were going at each other, 710, and so I worked there for a while, and in news, and I did weekends and things like that. So I got cut in, and then I left there and went to work at KMBZ Radio 980, which that's where I worked with Len Dawson and Don Fortune. So some of the names you probably remember.
Yes, I mean, some of the there's some with the more prevalent. The bigger names, I mean, regardless of whatever era.
Right.
So I mean, Don Fortune and Len Dawson. I mean,
he was a sports
Super Bowl quarterback. So.
Right. So I worked with Len. Len always asked me, he says, "You sure work a lot of jobs." I was working there. I was working in real estate. I was doing all kinds of things and going to college at the same time.
Wow.
So I was going to Johnson County Community College at the time. And then I got out of radio for a while and got back into it when 1380 switched formats. It went from rock and roll to news and weather, then it went to Christian, and so I had become a Christian, and when it changed to Christian, I immediately went to talk to the manager and said, I've got a little experience, I'd be happy to sell and be on the air, and so he hired me right away.
You took the whole thing over, or did you get hired by him?
I got hired by him and worked there probably, I worked there in 78. I went on the air with them, and finally started running the station in 92.
Yes.
And so I ran KCNW and also another station, 1480, which is Radio Oz, which was a kid station. And so many of you know probably about the Disney radio and everything like that. Well, it was spawned from the Radio Oz, kids radio, Radio Oz was out of Minnesota. So I ran 2 stations at the time.
Well, look at you, Nick. Wow, this is the real the General Mangler.
Yeah, that's right. Well, out of the 2 stations, the Christian station was the only one making really good money.
Yeah.
The kid station was I was the only station in the whole group where the kid station that was actually in the positive.
Wow.
Yeah. Because and it's not anything I did. It's just that I understood niche marketing, and niche marketing means that you don't get buys from agencies and things like that. They don't even look at you because you don't have any numbers. It's the top 10, and they'll buy you. If you aren't in the top 10, forget it. So running a Christian station for as long as I did, I understood niche marketing. So we moved that kid station into a niche marketing concept, and we were selling out stuff like that.
Nice sport.
Yeah.
Well, now I imagine that the radio's going to go for a commercial break. We got to go for a commercial break. This is Paul Michael Davis, MCTV, the Business Showcase, here with KWJP's General Mangler and Nick Marshy, Nikolai. And so we'll be back in a second. Watch these commercials.